Hi there, my name is Klaus Ruba, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of configuring online payments for BidBeacon. There are two places where configuration payment keys can be put in. One is under the profile, which is a convenience so that your keys are stored against your account and can easily be added to the auctions as you create them. And then managing online payment is where the keys for your specific auction can be configured. So right now I am in this TestJan auction and managing my online payment would be for that auction. Going into edit profile, scroll to the bottom, configure payment providers. This is where you can put in the keys as a convenience. You can put in all three platforms or just one platform. For the auction itself, we'd recommend only ever putting in one provider. Otherwise, guests will be prompted which payment provider to choose, and these names will probably mean very little to them. We have this convenience button here that opens up our payment guide, which has detailed instructions on setting up the different payment providers to get started accepting payments in BidBeacon. And this button here takes you directly to your auction payment configuration. If you have some keys already set up over here, then going to the auction will prompt you if you want to copy those keys over. From here, we also have this button to open the payment guide. We also have the ability to add a surcharge to your auction in case you want to recoup the 3% that the payment providers charge. And we have the ability to test your online payment. Please note that we used to also accept test keys into the various payment providers. That is no longer the case. We only want live keys because when you go to test your payment and it works, then you know it's been tested against live payment, costs you $1. But at the end of your auction, you're guaranteed that your payment configuration is set up correctly. And most of that dollar goes into your account anyways. So for the three payment providers, let's step through quickly where we get the live keys. Very important to get the live keys, not the sandbox or test keys. So for Stripe, when you log into the dashboard, it'll look something like this. Well, this is pretty much a new account, blank slate, so there's not much set up, but important thing is right here in the side menu, developers, click on that, go to API keys, and this is where we get the publishable key and the secret key that we need to copy over into our configuration. Note that for Stripe, you can tell the difference between a live and a test key because they actually have the word test in them. In order to see the live keys, you need to click this toggle up here, which will switch you to the live keys. Because this is just a newly set up account, I do not have access to that, but you definitely need your live keys. And copy the publishable key into publishable key and the secret key, which can be revealed by pressing that button, into your secret key. That's Stripe. Next up, Square. We need a Square access token and location ID. When you log into the Square dashboard, at squareup.com/dashboard, this is what you see. Scroll down to the bottom in the side menu, there's a link for apps. And then you click My Apps. And then you need to go to the developer dashboard to create an app in order to start accepting payment. I've already created one. And again, the payment guide will walk you through creating an app. Once your app's created, you can go to Manage App. And here you'll see that it started me off in the sandbox settings. And to get the live settings, you would just toggle this. You get your access token here. Access token goes into the access token field. And your locations are found from the side menu here. You would configure a location to use, take the location ID, and put the location ID into here. So again, just to emphasize, you need to make sure that you're not looking at test or sandbox. You need to be in your live view. Last up is PayPal. Again, we need a client ID and a secret key. So from PayPal, when you first log into developer.paypal.com, you can go to your dashboard. From the dashboard, it takes you right into your list of apps. Again, you need to create an app, and the payment guide will step you through how to do that. Then, clicking into your app, you get your client ID and your secret that you click to show here. Again, we are in sandbox. We do not want Sandbox, we need live. In order to get live, you need to toggle it on this page. I do not have my account upgraded. There's instructions on how to do so. My understanding is that there's no cost to upgrade it. It's more just like a verification of your account. But at any rate, you need to be in the live mode and then go into your app and click and copy the client ID to go into the client ID field. And the secret, after showing it, would go into the secret field. That's it. Once you've got one of these set up with both keys, then you would click Test Online Payment, and you would go through the same steps that a guest at your auction would go through after they click the pay button. Now, important thing is if something goes wrong, if you're getting an error, there's a chance that you may have inadvertently put in the Sandbox keys, and you will get errors if you try to do so. I've taken some screenshots. So for PayPal, when you click Pay, it opens up this page that you see kind of grayed out, and you click the PayPal button. This is already a page generated by PayPal, or the button is generated by PayPal, and it opens up a dialog or a pop-up to complete the payment. If it has Sandbox in the address bar, that means you're using Sandbox keys. If you're not getting a pop-up and you're getting an error, there's a chance that you have a pop-up blocker running. So make sure you have no pop-up blocker running. Make sure it doesn't say Sandbox in the address bar. And if you get passed here by some chance, you will get this error if you are trying to pay against Sandbox. So this is for PayPal. For Stripe, Stripe does not throw an error. It will happily let you make a payment against your test keys, except for that you can't use a live credit card when doing so. So that's one way to know there. For Square, if you have your developer keys or your Sandbox or test keys in, you will just get this error that the request could not be authorized. This means that you have your Sandbox keys in there, not live keys. So that is it. I hope this is helpful and helps to clarify things. Thank you.